Hello,
Welcome
audience.
back,
Introducing our guest commentator, Menna, for today.
Apparently, yeah.
Yes. I keep saying she needs her own avatar for this group.
After all, well, it's like Pedro said, she is our naughty dog.
What breed is Menna?
Patterdale Terrier.
Anyway,
Oh, look, Mr. Drppy, it's a fountain! Wow! But it's all dried up. Wow!
Dearie me. Don't you mean... Hey, Joe, but since it's all, but don't you mean Nito?
But this is bad, so... All I just say
Oh, okay.
is...
Well, this is the
emotional
spelling of
surprise.
that, and it was what the plenty in Forest of Plenty. Get it? The reason the fairies have scarpered in the tree that familiar egg was in was all withered was because the spring by here is run dry. Of all the low moves, who would do something like this?
Let
Proper
me-
despicable it. Oh.
Let me guess, Shadar.
I got a feeling in my Latin that the culprit is about to appear.
Or maybe not. He
Well,
is!
he is a culprit, but not direct. But is an indirect culprit.
True
Wait,
dat.
just like in the previous forest, he also corrupted this guardian. There we go.
We've got trouble.
Gladiator.
Guardian
From
of the
the top-
Golden
from-
Grove.
From the top tribe. Oh wait.
Power of the gladiator.
Oh, I remember that too.
It was from. Well, we know it more as the theme tune to a show called Gladiators.
Is this
Indeed.
gameplay?
Oh, I
sort of
haven't
like-
watched that for a long time.
Sorry,
Is
Dad.
it-
What's the question?
Is this gameplay sort of like the Tales of series?
No, it's more like actually it's much more akin to something like Final Fantasy XII or Whatnot Chronicles. Basically, it's a mixture of turn-based and real-time elements. Even though you can move freely in the field like I'm doing right now, your moves are selected through menus, and selected for menus, the game will pause like in a turn-based battle system.
Think about it like Kingdom Hearts, but only if you could only actually do attacks at certain times.
I think, think of it like Reach in Memories, but without the cards.
Yeah, that sounds much more fun.
You know, honestly, poor Rechain of Memories had a lot of
Well,
potential going behind it.
A topic for another day. Okay, so yeah, Everblade. So defend. There you go.
Basically, Dad, the game rewards you if you dodge or time. Well, not
Oh,
dodge.
hold on,
Basically,
BRB.
if you. Hmm?
Joe's
Anyway, Dad, the game rewards you block specific moves at the right time.
And you get more party members as you go on, right?
Yes.
In true RPG tradition.
More party members, and that's
Do you
excluding.
control them, or you're
and that-
still stuck with Oliver.
Well, you're only controlling one at a time. While you're but you can switch who you're controlling at any point during the battle by pressing L1. Like Teo said in the original playthrough, see Final Fantasy 13. This is how it's done.
Yeah. The sad thing is that you could do that in 13 too.
But that's the thing. In 13.2, there were only 2 party members.
Yeah, so it was literally like throwing up, not even a bone.
The only thing I remember from your 13-2 playthrough is that you guys lost your minds during the Chocobo music.
Ugh.
That Chocobo music is fucking terrible.
It needs to die in a pit.
Oh
boy.
crap.
A very
Oh, boy.
deep pit.
Okay, he's literally taking the gloves off.
You know, it does sadden me hearing that RPGs can have bad versions of iconic themes, but at the same time, it does kind of make me glad that, as far as I know, for the moment, Pokemon hasn't been hit by that.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, Dwibs, unlike Square, now they do, to be fair. But for a long time, Square didn't have anybody trying to make sure the Final Fantasy series remained consistent to a certain degree. I know that inconsistency is also kind of part of its identity because there were no actual direct sequels until 10. But hold on, go ahead. Actually, it's me. I got a bad feeling about this, Ali boy. Put your guard up, man, quick!
Well, and then again, Pedro, Pokemon had a little bit of an inconsistency as well at times. There was a series that had its gym leader music be mastered.
Let it go!
massive orchestra throughout most of it, and yet Jen's. I'd like a what's the genre?
Tidy, now's a chance, man.
There you go.
It had like a rave theme for a gym leader thing for some reason.
Oh, you know what you should have done? You should have just edited Goku saying, "Now's your chance."
Copyright.
I don't think we could have gotten copyright for an audio clip.
Be surprised.
Depends also.
The point is that Matsuda actually is there to make sure the series remains what it should be about.
Although he
should
did
be like.
recently say that if Pokemon were to go on home consoles or Switch, they would have to change some things. So,
Well, going from a handheld to a home console, things are bound to change. It's just.
I just hope they don't just be like, oh, since it's a console, we won't do turn-based RPG.
What they really have to do is make a big MMO. Wouldn't it be awesome if we could have an MMO like Pokemon console game where we could battle with trainers all over the world?
But that, Pedro, that's the number one request that every Pokemon fan ever had.
Exactly. So what?
So
I
if
just
Game
don't
Freak
want it
didn't listen
to,
before, we're not gonna listen now.
I just don't want it to get to the point where it doesn't feel like a Pokemon game anymore.
I
In what
think it
way
will.
should not feel like a Pokemon game anymore?
Because I've heard Final Fantasy had that issue for a while.
Yeah, of course. I can see what.
Oh, no, that's what happens when you merge with Enix.
Not necessarily that.
It was not really. Even if Square didn't merge with Enix, it would have happened anyway because Square and Enix still operate separately. Square's Dark Age was all their fault. Enix had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but it does feel kind of weird that ever since like the Enix merge.
Yeah, but that was just
shady stuff happened before. Xenogears almost had a terrible second half because part of the budget was redirected to Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, and when they did well, and they didn't want to make a sequel, the creator left and formed Monolith Soft.
Exactly. So, and that was before the fusion.
And wasn't there like some animosity between one of the Final Fantasy creators, which is why they don't really reference 9 that much?
No, it has nothing to do with that. No, don't worry. I mean, Final Fantasy 15 has Final Fantasy 9 references. It's not that at all. Not to and Vivi is one of the best portrayed characters in World of Final Fantasy. So I can assure you, no, it's not that. There's nothing like that. Anyway,
yeah. Long story short, the Guardian was corrupted, but we freed him.
Yeah, Shadar was the one who did it.
Toronto trigger free.
Because 2 sucked. Let's just say that.
Final Fantasy 14 sucked, didn't it?
You need to use that stuff on the car.
Again, I have a personal theory that it was also due not just to Kitase being a lazy asshole, but to also the current CEO that Square Enix had at that time, which changed around 2015, I think. And as you can see, as you may have noticed, ever since the start of that year, Square Enix, weirdly enough, is starting to get their shit together.
There we go. We brought the fountain back, or spring.
Yay.
So this is the real spring of life. It's so pretty.
Unfortunately, it doesn't give immortality.
It is indeed. And now the garden and the spring are back to their normal selves. The fairies won't be far behind. Tidy. Neato. I sure hope we can meet some fairies the next time we're here. Me too, Ollie boy. Me too. Right. To Al-Mamoon!
To develop a line lock and store in the Wizard's Companion.
Alright, so this is the first tale of Wonder we're going to read for this playthrough. So Dwibs, get your good old narration storytelling skills out.
Okay, just gotta finish just typing this up.
Alright, so the Tales of Wonder are basically 12 tales that expand upon the mythology and lore of the world of Ni no Kuni. So let's take a look at the Lazy Sun, the first tale.
2 shepherds who were father and son worked together in the fields. The father looked after the sheep from morning till night, constantly patrolling the pasture and looking out for wolves. The son, however, spent every day at leisure, staring into the distance and not lifting a finger to help his father. One day, the father turned to his son and said with regret,
I am getting old and shall soon be retiring. Though you are my only son, it has become clear to me that you have no enthusiasm for shepherding. I am starting to think that I should be entrusting my flock to someone else.
The son was quite shocked, for the flock was his only livelihood, and resolved to start assisting his father in the fields, chasing sheep, tending the grass, and so on. Alas, he grew tired of such tasks. At a loss at what to do, the son supposed
Well,
Father Oak.
Yeah, I think he's a bit older than that. Just use your normal voice. Just use your normal voice, Dwibs.
The
I'm
son asked in
afraid, that
vexation.
I'm afraid that such things do not exist.
Replied old Father Oak.
There is, however, a fountain within nearby forest. Drinking of its waters provides a godly dose of energy.
You know.
Oh, so it's like in Dragon Ball. Go ahead,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Pedro. Your page of that voice you used for the father, you reminded me of when Count Olaf tried to disguise himself as Jessica Haircut from the new Unfortunate Events Netflix
Oh my
show.
god, he's obsessed with the show now. Now he'll never segue into it. Enjoy it.
Yeah, to be fair, Didzy, it's
Well,
a
he
show
read
that
the
just
books.
came out.
Yeah, I read the books too.
Me too.
And here's a drawing of the fountain that we. This is,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
this so there you go. The spring that we. Yeah, there you go. The spring that we just healed is actually the very same spring that they're talking about.
The son
What a
travelled in the
coincidence.
direction indicated by old Father Oak until he came to the fountain and tested this cool service of his hand. I shall take some of this water home with me, he thought, suddenly going through puberty, before realising that he had no vessel in which to carry it. Alas, I must return home empty-handed, he lamented. The son was about to go back to fetch a jug when he decided to sample a mouthful of the old fountain's water. Sure enough, he immediately felt the great surge of energy that old Father Oak had predicted, and used his axe, misspelled, to chop down a nearby tree, carving it
Deal
into a
with
pitcher
the
that was almost as
spelling.
big as himself.
Deal with the spelling, Englishman.
Once the pitcher was finished, the son filled it with water from the fountain and made it for home. The vessel was very heavy, and the journey was a long one. He nearly gave up on several occasions, but every time he felt like abandoning his journey, he was stopped by the wayside to take another gulp of water from the pitcher, and eventually he arrived back home.
It fills
I
him
have
with
enough water here to
determination.
last a lifetime. The son thought of a sigh of relief. He was very weary, and he fell into bed to sleep soundly till morning.
Okay.
All right.
And then he died.
What a
Jeez,
tragic story.
That's a dark turn.
Well, I
That's-
guess I guess this wizard companion comes from Germany then.
Yep.
All right, next page. The picture.
So wait, Old Man Oak, is this Sir Oak's backstory?
No, old father.
No,
Old
it's a
son
great
woke
Deku
from his
tree.
sleep.
It's a
actually.
tree.
And resolved to take another drink of water from the pitcher. Oh, how full of life I am, he exclaimed happily, and
Oh,
set
God.
about his duties at double the usual speed. As he did so, he resolved that no one else must be allowed to drink the precious water in the pitcher.
I'm so
In the
right.
days that followed, the son spent much of his time ensuring that no one went near his pitcher. Yet he took care to attend to his chores while he did so, knowing that his father would otherwise be angry. Whenever a villager approached the pitcher for a drink of water, the son would interrupt his own labours and offer up a different water, thus preventing any of the water in his pitcher from going to waste. He was also reluctant to waste the water from the fountain on himself, and so worked hard every day without touching it. Then, after one very hot day, after the son had been hard at work in the fields, he realised that a terrible thing had happened.
Dun dun dun.
Look away. Look. Oh, God damn it.
Now it's
who's
your
doing
fault,
it?
then.
Now you're doing it.
Yep.
Indeed.
Yeah, a terrible thing had happened. His uncle Monty had. Oh no, wait.
You've
Sorry.
met with a terrible fate, haven't you?
How unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Who was the one obsessed with unfortunate events again, Dej?
You.
So there you go. Here is
Wait,
there's
me?
the,
Ah.
there he is with the picture.
That's the
I'm going to
shepherd
download-
keeping everyone away. Okay.
I'm going to download the first book to my Kindle, and I'm going to read it during these commentaries.
Right, let's-
Okay.
Go ahead, that'll be fun. The water had evaporated in the searing heat of the sun. When the son realized that the water upon which his future depended had disappeared, he was overcome with despair and collapsed upon the grass.
You
The
know-
sight of the
Oh,
son
sorry.
lying prone excited the villagers' concern, and they rushed to see if he was all right. For the son had a gained reputation in the village for being kind and hard-working, on account of all the cups of water he was wont to provide thirsty villagers. Some of the villagers gave the son a drink of water as he lay there, and he was amazed at how delicious it tasted. It was the freshest, cleanest water he'd ever drank, and what's more, it gave him the same surge of energy that the water from the fountain had done. His father stood next to him and said kindly,
No water on earth can compare to the first water you drink after sweating all day. Why, I should think it is a fair sight better than the water from that fountain.
For the father knew that his son had visited the fountain. The son rose to his feet and smiled back at his father. You are right, father. It truly is better by far. Hard toil brings its own rewards.
Is this like a commercial for cancers or something?
Drink fountain water.
No, there's no better drink than the one after hard work in the grass fields.
Taste sunny D.
But yeah, that's a good moral overall.
Or sunny delight. They don't sell that drink anymore, I don't think, here.
No, not in the UK at least.
Oh,
What a
Dwib's
shame.
sad.
Well, I haven't seen it for years, so.
Me neither.
The eighth.
Okay.
Alright, so that was the first Tale of Wonder. We'll read the... I know there's another one in there, but don't worry, we'll read it eventually.
After all, I think it's just a piece of it.
Actually, no, Tale. Whenever we get a Tale of Wonder, it's in its entirety. We never get just a piece of a tale. Anyway, first I'll go back so I can heal myself.
What were we
Since
talking?
I did that.
I forgot.
What is
What's
it,
that,
Jova?
Jova?
I forgot what I was gonna say earlier, so I was gonna try and ask you guys, what were we talking about just a while ago when Dwibs was reading the story?
Fortunate event.
Unfortunate events.
Yeah, there was something else. Something I was gonna say.
Rangers. Yeah, Professor Oak. But basically, the Oak in this game is literally what Pedro said, that they could X-Spy.
Pretty much.
Anyway, we're back on the warm-up. Yay!
So, will he tell us what happened 100 years
Right then,
ago?
Ollie boy. I reckon there's still some proper nasty monsters around by here. Don't try to be a hard man and take them all on. Just hurry up and get to Al-Mamoon in it.
Unless you're on
Yeah,
one of those
yeah.
sadistic video game RPG challenges.
He means that because every time you reach a new area in this game, the difficulty spikes a bit.
Yep.
Look at that skeletons.
Yeah. Well,
That's because we're entering the desert area of the game.
Theo, at least it's not like in Ocarina of Time where when the night hits, suddenly skeletons start coming out of the ground and trying to kill you.
Infinitely spawning, yes.
Yeah. So there you go. We come to the desert. So now we just got to go find the center of it, and we'll reach Al-Mamoon.
Pardon me for
And
a
look.
moment.
And look, a banana bunch monster.
You know, every time someone mentions banana, I keep having bananas in pajamas playing in my head.
Oh.
For Eric, well, according to you, to your country, Dwibs, bananas are much more than just nutritious. Because, as we know, whenever Eric eats a banana, an amazing metamorphosis occurs. Eric is Banana Man.
Banana Man.
Banana.
I have
Yellow
read.
is for banana.
I have
You
read-
are a banana.
I've read a book which has some pages of the Banana Man comics in it, but I haven't seen the TV show.
It's just your typical cheesy but enjoyable kind of
Don't
show.
you need banana? Yeah. No, wait.
By the
no.
way, speaking of Banana Man and stuff related to British comics, I got a question for Deji.
Yes.
What's with you having a Dennis and us having a Dennis as well?
I don't know.
Ours is better.
Anyway, loading screen.
Actually, I'm not denying that. I actually do.
There we go. We're Al-Mamoon, or as Jova allows to call it, Arabian Las Vegas.
The court of the Caliph.
Arabian Las Vegas? What?
Ask him. He's probably referencing Aladdin.
Because American Dennis does stuff unintentionally. UK Dennis does it intentionally. He knows.
So
what
look
he's
at
doing.
that, a level 5 game where a city rose in the middle of a desert. I never saw that before.
Uncharted 3.
Actually, no.
He's talking
Miracle
about
Mask.
Well, Miracle
Even
Mask
though
came out after this game too.
Yeah, I was about to say it. Yeah, true.
Too flippin' right there. This place was built on the Babana trade.
Oh yeah, basically, the bananas in this. There's no actual bananas in this world. There's actually a similar kind of fruit that's called babana.
Was
See,
it
Aw,
on a
Aw,
copyright?
man, so you're telling me that the culprit really doesn't like bananas?
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes, Pedro.
Well, he better.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know where I can find the
Everyone
great
just
sage
casually-
Rashad?
The Great
Who's
Sage Rasad?
Yes,
Sure, go
man of many voices.
It is a long time since he was called by that name. These days you were better to ask after Rashad, seller of bananas.
He sells bananas? You mean he's not a sage anymore?
I guess he needs to pay the bills somehow.
But getting him to teach me about magic was our whole reason for coming here.
True.
Will teach.
There's worrying. Still, we were after a babana split anyway, so we might as well stop by and see what's the what.
Priorities.
Okay. This babana split better be something awesome like a fusion between bananas and bowling ball splits.
All
By
right,
the
so
way, who
before we
else
go
is,
meet the sage Rashad, let's explore. Oh, look at that. Fountains.
By the way, who else has been able to pull off some of those amazing splits like the 7-10 or the 6-4?
You know, before we get into this game, I have to say I really do admire the art direction of it.
It's Studio
It's the-
Ghibli, Deji.
Studio Ghibli at work. Edgy.
Oh wait, this
Yep.
was made by them?
The anime cutscenes are
this is a
Studio
this is a-
Ghibli's themselves.
This game is a collaboration between Level 5 and Studio Ghibli.
Yes.
Yep, I know. Believe it or not, Deji, someone convinced Hayao Miyazaki, the old...
To allow his animators to
old-
work in the game. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why he said anime is a mistake. He looked back in hindsight.
Well, to be fair, this game, from what I can recall,
Despite the fact that his works technically fall under anime, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Shira, when he says that, he's talking about shit like Sword Art Online and stuff like that.
Then he should be.
wait, was he
then,
really
then
talking?
he should
Or that
be-
new stupid anime where
Then
where
he
girls
should be
kick
more
their butt.
specific, because anime is a medium, not a genre.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I
Hayao Miyazaki for you, Shira. He's a bit too old-fashioned in the head and something.
Oh,
for his
speaks
own
like
good.
Miyamoto.
Oh, there's that girl!
I was just about to
Well, what girl job? You're clearly seeing things.
A girl that Shira is going to be voicing. Not that one, obviously.
Welcome. What a beautiful cape. But it's not quite this season's look for Momooni, man.
No capes!
Why not did you offer with some of our top quality
say.
foods at
Are
the
you
price
gonna
of
make
every
that
place?
joke every time?
Buy now, or regret it forever.
Well, Shiroi,
Oh,
only for a
goodness.
case when somebody points out that the cape is, ineffective.
Sorry,
in which case
Oliver,
he
no
is.
alternate costumes for you.
Actually, Theo, remember there is one.
Yeah, I know,
Oh.
but not for now.
Oh, a fairy, and a very stylish little fellow you are, too. I have something here that would suit you down to the ground. Let's see now. Oh, yes, perfect.
Let's see what it is.
You reckon? Yeah, I see what you mean. I'd look the business in that.
You hypocrite. Mr. Drppy?
Oh, sorry, early boy. I gotta be carried away in it. You got to hand it to her. The girl can sell. Roll up. Fine fabrics to put a smile on your face and a spring in your step.
It's the navel that sells it, isn't it? Just like
I
it
like
did
it
for
how
Nostalgia
high.
Critic
This
and
lady's got-
Jasmine.
This lady's got more enthusiasm than a school full of 6-year-olds.
Excuse me, ma'am. I have something to ask you.
What is it, young man? Are you interested in some of our fine fabrics? I can offer you an excellent price.
No, it's not that. I was wondering if you'd maybe let us borrow a little of your enthusiasm. Borrow.
Oh, don't you just say the funniest things? My enthusiasm and my smile always come for free. Take as much as you'd like.
Okay. That sure is kind of you, man, but we only need a little. Any more might kill you.
Hang about, Ollie boy. You've already got some of that one in your locket in it. Yeah, basically we can only carry only one drop of enthusiasm per time, so we have to find someone to give it to first.
Which means I guess try and find as many side quests involving that particular emotion as you can so you can get some more.
For the game is designed in a way where every single emotion goes to one specific side quest.
The
So you will
gray-haired boy.
There will never come a point where you're either one emotion less or one emotion too much. It's always the exact same.
Oh boy, we're gonna talk to that kid, aren't we? Oh, I guess not.
Yeah, so back in Ding Dong Dell, I missed this important side quest, so let's rewind. Let's rewind. Sorry, rewinding back to when we were in Ding Dong Dell, so we can get here.
Oh,
All right,
hello there.
Jova. You play this guy, this kid. What's up with you, man? Look a bit pale, do you? You do. Sorry.
Huh? You're giving this to me?
Actually, you know that would be just Jova talking to himself. You be the ghost, Dwibs.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Ghost of Dwibsmas.
Well, fancy that. That's a page for the wizard's companion. That is. What's this little squirt doing with it?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Do you think you can't speak? Use the spell Spirit Medium.
Nah, that's not it, man. You're not very much mistaken.
Did you figure something out, Mr. Drppy?
That spell he just gave you. Give it a try, boy. You'll soon see.
Well, alright then. Now here's
Alright,
a
so
spell
that's-
that even Maya could pull.
Spirit media. I don't know, Jova. There you go. There you go, Dwibs.
Oh.
Jeepers, creepers! You can talk!
Of course I can talk, silly. You cast spirit medium on me, didn't you?
So that's what
That's
it does,
a ghost?
huh? Oh,
You mean to
Deji.
tell me you can cast a spell without knowing what it did? What kind of wizard are you?
Harry Potter?
For future reference, spirit medium lets you speak to the spooky spirits of the dead, like me.
Deji,
So
you
I was
don't
right.
know the half of it. You don't
Yeah,
know
that
the half
flippin'
of
ghost
it.
in
but
it.
Yeah, he's a ghost. A ghost? Jeepers! You mean to tell me that ghosts really exist in this magical world?
Of course they do. Wizards see them all the time. I was a wizard once too, you know.
So they've
But
got
thanks
the
to
sixth
that
wizards
idiot
sense.
in the dark gin, there aren't too many wizards left.
So wizards have got the sixth sense.
So when I saw you, I thought I'd better hand that page over. You're the first wizard I'd seen in I don't know how long.
Jeepers, can I really keep it?
No. Of course, it's the least I can do to say thanks for looking after my book.
Oh,
One sec.
that's right. The wizard's companion is
Yet
this
another Dwibs
kid's
character suffering from bipolar disorder.
And considering
But
what this
we're gonna ask
character's
Sunshine.
been
Pedro.
through,
Yes, Deji.
Do you do this on purpose?
Actually, Dwibs is the one who does it, not me.
I got it.
I think
I'm
what
gonna
he's
sack. I
asking
want us to
is-
believe a little midget like you is the sage of flipping ages.
Who are you calling a midget, Pipsqueak?
Excuse me, the sage of ages is a girl. That's what Oracle of Ages taught me. So, no.
Guys, let's bring it back to our franchise. Unless we're having
You're
a crossover
called
with
Ollie, are you?
Zelda.
Enjoying that journey in our world?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go on a little journey myself. I haven't taken a look around our world of time. Right, I'm heading south to the desert. Hopefully we'll meet again at the town down there.
Which we did,
So-
as you saw earlier.
So does that
So
mean
yeah,
that
this
you,
is going to be okay, now back to where we were.
So does that
So
mean
yeah,
that
this
you left out the time when you first meet him in the original?
I
playthrough?
I forgot to do it, so I had to load an older save to do that. So,
So-
now, and here's ours again.
So what happens if you talk to him here without having talked to him in the original?
Actually, it
town?
doesn't spawn here until you talk to him.
He doesn't spawn here. Again, I had to do some editing to get this across.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, Miko. I'm guessing that you just forgot to show it in the original playthrough. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Go ahead, Dubs.
Boiling for you, maybe, Pipsqueak. I'm a ghost, and ghosts don't feel the heat, so there.
Oh, what are you doing here, Horace?
Getting a suntan.
But
I'm looking
you
at these
just said a
fountains.
ghost
They're
can't feel
amazing.
that.
They squirt out milk. All the milk a boy could drink. They were
Uh,
Let's just
Oh,
go, please.
yeah.
But the spicy smell coming from that food stall is mixing with the smell of the milk.
And before you
It's strange.
and before you
Don't
ask
have a
Deji,
cow.
and before you ask Deji, yes, the queen is exactly what you think she probably is with a name like that.
Hey,
she's so
these
she.
have got a load of spells
wait,
you don't
wait.
know yet, aren't there, Oliver?
Well, I
So
am
she-
trying. It's just that my wizard's companion is kind of most of the pages are missing Winnie the Pooh something.
Missing? Oh yeah, I had to give you the page for the spirit medium, didn't I?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's your book. You should know this. When Mr. Drppy first gave it to me, the only response I was Gateway.
Really? So the pages have been torn out? I bet it was that idiot Shadar's doing.
I blame Shadar for my taxes at this rate.
Yes. Don't you see that's the level 5 tactic.
Again, haven't I?
Here, every problem is Shadar. In a Yokai Watch, every problem is a Yokai.
This reminds me of that comic where pretty much Ganondorf is the cause of everyone's problems, to the point where they complain about their taxes because of Ganondorf.
Well, there are some. Considering there's a point where he actually does rule Hyrule, I guess it could work.
Whoa, I'm talking about a Twilight Princess comic.
Well, in Ocarina of Time, there is one
then
point
again,
where he
then
does
again,
rule
then
Hyrule. So.
Oh yes, absolutely. Ocarina of Time would
Anyway.
be awesome and all.
So basically, Dwibs, this Aura's character is a recurring character we're going to meet throughout the course of the game, and his I definitely recommend doing his side quest because his side quest involves a lot of, like he's a Tale of Wonder, which of course expands more on the lore, and we're going to learn quite a bit of backstory on the White Witch if you do all of his side quests. But don't worry, I'll be showing you all
And
of
it
it.
will also
you're
give
cool.
us a couple of spells.
And you're probably
Yeah.
also wondering, Dwibs, why he looks a bit like Oliver but recolored. There's quite an interesting backstory bit on that too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh
Okay.
boy, is there
There's no
quite a
time.
bit. Yep.
All right. See you for the
then.
next
See ya.
part, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.